There's only one way to correctly track local SEO rankings in 2025. So are you doing it the right way? Because roughly 46% of all Google searches are local. If you want to overtake your competitors, you must know where you stand in the rankings so you can crack into the local map pack. That's this. My name is Madison Tallarico and I help service businesses double their book jobs. And I'm breaking down exactly how to track your local rankings for local SEO in 2025. Now, I bet this is how you track your local rankings. You pick a keyword, type it into Google, and look at the map pack. Whilst this can give you a quick look, this isn't going to give you enough data to make any meaningful changes. Or maybe you even go one step further and use SEMrush to track positions, which is better, but still not complete. Here's what you need to do. Use a specialized local rank tracker. I use LocalDominator, which is a paid tool, as it's a no BS, easy to use map rank tracker. Now I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. So let's jump in. So here we are within LocalDominator. Just go to localdominator.co and you'll find the platform. I am not sponsored by them. I don't get paid. I just think it is a really easy to use, simple rank tracker that works. And it is a paid tool, but you can get 95% off the first month. And that's a pretty good deal if you ask me. I think you're only paying a few dollars for the first month, and you can see how you go with it. Now, when you open it up, it looks like this. It's a very simple thing. It just shows you a map. Now, I'm going to be using my friend's dance studio for an example here. She mainly works with children, but does work up to the older, I guess, teens. So she has two locations, but we're only going to go through one at the minute. It's called Illuminate Dance Studio, and it is in a suburb of Melbourne called Clyde North. And it's very important to know where you're ranking, to know your area. Now, why is that important? Well, if we go to Melbourne and we find out where Melbourne actually is, what are the boundaries of Melbourne? We can see the red. That is where the boundaries are. Now, where's Clyde North? If we go all the way down, Clyde North is right on the boundary. Not even, it's right there. Like that is the boundary. That's Clyde North. If we click Clyde North, essentially it is right on the boundary of Melbourne. Now, that is going to be extremely important because she's not going to be able to rank for terms up here. If someone's searching up here for dance classes, dance studio, it's not going to come up. Just won't. It's too far away. And Melbourne is an extremely stretched out, extremely populous and large city, and it extends quite far, more than most cities, I would say. It extends extremely far. And Clyde North, it's kind of demographic. It's important to know what it is. It's important to know what the people are like here. Now, Clyde North is an extremely new suburb. People are moving into Clyde North like crazy. It's an extremely low median house price compared to the rest of Melbourne, and that's partly the reason why. It's developing and there are a lot of new families with kids. So it's going to be important to get this traffic to her website because there's a lot of children and they can definitely utilize her services, her dance classes. So we're going to go back into LocalDominator, and I found a keyword that is important to track for this business. Now, when you're managing your own business, you've got to do your own keyword research and find the keywords that people are searching for locally. Now, I search dance classes near me and it has a few thousand search volume every single month. So this is an important keyword for the local area and for her business. I found it on SEMrush through keyword research, and it is one that she's already ranking for. Now, we can see here there's a grid, and this might look a bit confusing, but essentially all these little pins are places that we will rank for. Essentially, each one is going to show us where we're ranking in each pin. Now, we can modify this pin if we like, and we can make it bigger by adding more pins, or we can make it smaller, right? So it gets very close. We can also increase the distance between each pin. So we can go 10 kilometers and it'll do that. And then we can go 0.1 and it'll be extremely close. So a good distance between, I think, is around 1.5 kilometers. We're using the metric system. So we'll go to 1.5, which I think is really good. Now, I've already done the scan. You just click scan and you can add multiple keywords here. So you can track multiple at once, which is a great feature. You don't have to go in separately and add all the keywords and do this. Now, I've already done the scan based on this. So the middle is essentially where her business is, and you track around that. However, if we actually look at this area, we can actually see here that all this is just green stuff. There's really not many people who actually live down here. So it would actually, if I had kind of done it a bit better, I would have done it like this. But I was doing it quick for the video. So this would kind of be, or maybe there, somewhere like that would have been more appropriate, because there's a ton of people in Narre Warren, Dandenong South, I should say, Lyndhurst, Lynbrook, all these Sandhurst, Carrum Downs even, Berwick, huge suburbs in Melbourne, very well-known suburbs. So that's kind of, you can kind of manipulate that how you would like and move it around. You might want to go over here. You might even just want to like reduce this to like 5 and track Pakenham, right? To see where you're ranking in Pakenham. Now that's something you can do. Now, where do you look at the scan? So I've already done the scan, but you would just click scan there if you wanted. So we'll go to scans, and if it loads. Now here is the one I did earlier, and we'll just click that and that'll show us the results. Now it might be a little bit confusing here, but it's pretty simple to me. I think that we can see here, you've got wherever the dots are, that's where you're ranking. So 1, 2, 3, 4, this is where you're ranking in each position. Now, as we can see here, all the areas where there's not many people, she's ranking pretty high, 1 to 3, pretty much everywhere down here. However, the area that we kind of want to rank for more is from 5 to 20, which is not ideal. We want to really start to be pushing these up the rankings and getting them to 1 to 3, because there's a lot of young children in this area with families, and who could definitely use her services. She has one of the best dance studios in the area. So we need to get her up and listed in the local map pack, the top 3. If we can do that, we can guarantee we're going to get her more clients. If we're in the top 3 in Dandenong, in Hampton Park, it's going to be undeniable. We're going to do very well if we're in the top there. So that is going to be something that we're going to work on. Now, how can we look at this over time without having to keep coming back into here and running this scan over and over manually? Well, LocalDominator has an extremely good tool that allows us to do that. If we go to recurring scan, we can set up a scan that runs automatically once we set it up. Now, so that would be the initial one I showed you would be for one-offs if you just want to check something. But if you want to regularly check the same keywords, this is where you would go. Do a recurring scan, and you might add in dance lessons near me. It does suggest a few AI keywords here for you. Clyde North, probably not that keyword, it's too long. And then you can do the same thing, change the grid how you'd like it. So you might put it over there instead this time. You might change it to a square and do something like that, right? And then you can schedule it weekly, daily, weekly, bi-weekly. Is bi-weekly twice a week? Is it every 2 weeks? I don't know. Everyone's confused about that. I'm pretty sure it means every 2 weeks, given the context here, and monthly. And then you can just have it emailed to you. So if you're a service business owner, you don't have time to keep going in every week and doing this same thing. So you can set it up the first time and it can just be emailed straight to you. And that's a brilliant thing. That's an extremely useful thing. You can run the scan now, or you can just start it in a week's time, or whenever you want to run it. Now, when deciding whether to pick a rank tracking tool or an all-in-one tool, the rank tracking tool, if you are a service business owner, a local business owner, it's going to be more important for you to track your local rankings. If you're a HVAC, plumber, electrical, roofer, builder, traditional SEO search results are going down because of AI, but local SEO and local searches are going up because everyone still needs these services. People aren't clicking AI overviews for local searches. They don't happen because these specific searches happen in the maps. And when people search near me, AI doesn't really come up as much, or not at all. So people are still using the map pack and it's going to continue to come up. So this is going to be downloading or purchasing a rank tracking tool is going to be more effective for you, especially since you're a business owner, you're busy, and you're not going to be able to do traditional SEO, like do a lot of keyword research and do a lot of things. All you might be able to do is change your Google business profile, set up some citations and a few backlinks, and essentially optimize your suburb pages and local pages. And then you can kind of track where you're at every week, every month, and make more changes to your profile. So I think this is a really good tool, but there are a few other options that you can use. You can use Local Falcon, you can use Bright Local, you've got LocalDominator, and I think there's a few more out there. So give a few of them a try. I'm sure a few of them have free trials, and see which one you like the best. Local rank tracking is easier than it's ever been, so do it the right way. If you need help with your local SEO, reach out to me through my website. And if you enjoyed the video, check out this other local SEO video to help your business climb the rankings. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.